Welcome to the HigherEdJobs Podcast, Playlist Edition. I'm Andy Hibble, the Chief Operating Officer and one of the co-founders of HigherEdJobs.
And I'm Kelly Sherwin, the Director of Editorial Strategy. Today, we are lucky to have one of our team members of HigherEdJobs, Denee Sodano. She is the Sales Account Manager Recruitment for HigherEdJobs. Welcome, Denee. Glad to have you here.
Thank you so much, Kelly and Andy. It's a pleasure to be here this afternoon.
We're excited to have you, Denee, because you really do have a reputation in the team for being one of the funnest people to work with. I know personally, whenever I get to work with you, it's productive, but it's always fun. So we're excited to have you on the podcast today.
Thank you.
So we have a Spotify playlist about great job search and career songs because every job search deserves a soundtrack. And we've been asking folks to put a song. Some people have taken the liberty of putting 2 songs on the Spotify playlist. Today we're here to have you add to it, but we'd remind listeners that if you want to go grab the Spotify playlist, you can download it on Spotify. Also, if you're interested in suggesting a song for the playlist, please email us at podcast@higheredjobs.com or tweet us at HigherEdJobs. So, Denee, with no further ado, what song would you like to add to the playlist and why?
Funny that you say that some of our team members have actually taken the liberty to choose 2 songs because I did the same. I wasn't sure if that would be okay, and I just couldn't decide. So the first one that I chose is a song called Dream Weaver by Gary Wright. It was written and performed in 1972. I don't know if he was one of those one-hit wonders. I don't really even know if it's like other songs that he sings. I don't know if he has other hits, but I do know that Dream Weaver has always been in my mind as a calming song, a very relaxing song. And it also has a special place in my heart because when I was growing up, we had a hot air balloon. So that was one of our family activities. And my dad actually purchased a hot air balloon and then everyone names their balloon. So he named our balloon Dream Weaver. And to me, it always signified kind of reaching for the stars, positivity, relaxing, just a really nice song to think about and to listen to when you're doing a job search or when you're doing anything else that you need some encouragement and some positivity. Dreamweaver has always been a special song to me. I love the way it starts with like the synthesizer, and I'm sort of dating myself as far as picking a song from 1972, but it really just rose to the top of all the songs that I was thinking about for this podcast.
That's a wonderful song and an amazing story to go along with it. Thanks for sharing that.
I love that song as well. And it makes total sense because you are such a positive person. And I love that you pick something that is positive and encouraging and encourages people, job seekers, to kind of get in their calming Zen place to move forward.
Staying positive in the job search is essential, and always having that feeling of going up in that hot air balloon and rising above things and reaching for the stars. Absolutely. What a great concept. Now, I do have to ask you, because we are close to the same age, do you remember the 1990s movie or movies? I believe it was just the first one that featured Dreamweaver as a song.
Yeah. Can you enlighten me?
Was it Wayne's World?
Yes, it was.
Wayne's World.
Wow.
I don't know how I know that because I usually don't do well in trivia, but
Party on.
And I think kind of the rebirth of the song 20 years after it was a big hit in Wayne's World in the early 90s, it reminded a lot of people of like, yeah, that was a great song from way back when, and then kind of fell in love with it all over again. I believe it was a scene with Garth that did it. I'm sure if I'm wrong on that, we'll hear from folks. You said you had 2 songs.
I do.
What's the other song?
The second song, you're probably all going to laugh as well. This one is 9 to 5 by Dolly Parton. I had to bring some country music into the Spotify mix because everybody that works with me on my team in the State College office, they know that I am a super country music fan. My 2 all-time favorites are Garth Brooks and Taylor Swift, but it kept boiling down to Dolly, 9 to 5. Again, I love the movie. This song was actually written in 1980, so I'm an 80s kid, born in 1969. I don't mind sharing that with folks. But all the music that I usually gravitate to is from the 80s. I love listening to country music at work. and when I work from home as well. And I just thought relaying this song to a job search, within the lyrics, it talks about passion and vision. And I think those are two things that you really have to have when you're searching for the perfect job. Not only passion for the institution, but passion for the process. When you're looking for a job, you are being interviewed, but you're also interviewing the institution or organization that you're going to be working with. So I always think it's a two-way street, and 9 to 5 just sort of gets you in the mood to go after your dreams. And it's a little bit more of an upbeat song compared to the first one I chose. So hopefully folks that when they listen to the Higher Ed Jobs podcast, they will enjoy listening to 9 to 5.
Andy, I don't know if you agree, and this isn't a contest, but Denee, I think you win for doing the best description of why you picked that song. That was amazing. And you're right. It's definitely inspirational and upbeat, and it's kind of a happy song and perfect timing since Dolly was just inducted into, was it the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? So very timely.
Very, very
And
timely.
I love that you're bringing in the country roots, and since everyone's not actually physically in the office anymore, they'll be reminded of you and your country tunes, your country love.
Blame it all on their roots.
Yeah. And
Garth, I've seen Garth multiple times in multiple cities, and there were a couple that I could have tapped for.
Absolutely.
For this Spotify list. But I don't know. I just was kicking it old school with Dolly, and I figured it would sort of make people smile.
and I really feel like if you've been in the office, music is a big part of the day in the State College office. And I don't want us to get into it today because I think it's worthy of its own podcast, that there's a highly negotiated sequence of shows and music and how it's played on a daily basis. And it's quite a negotiation. I think that might be a fun podcast for us to do, is just kind of get the evolution of what the environment was like. That's a wonderful song to add. As Kelly will let you know, I can kind of be somewhat harsh in my view of the songs that folks add to the playlist.
No.
But those are two awesome songs. Thank you for sharing, and thanks for being here today, Denee.
Thank you all so much for inviting me. This was really fun. And the process of selecting these songs was really fun as well. And like I said, I could have added way more songs than the two that I chose, but I thought I'd go a little bit, calming and relaxing, and then kick up the beat a little bit with the 9 to 5. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Denee.
Thank you, Denee.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. Have a great day.